Hello and welcome to our lecture about Syntactic Islands presented by Nuhafa Mahmoud from University of Baghdad College of Education for Women, Department of English. So, what are islands? Islands are syntactic construction do not allow movement out of them. Movement out of an island makes an engrammatical string. In other words, a gap inside an island cannot be filled by an antecedent outside of that island. Islands first discovered by Ross, 1967. Islands have types. So the types of islands. Here we have 6 types. The first one is WH islands and adjunct islands, subject islands, coordinate structure islands, complex noun phrase islands, and the last one is DP islands. Let's start with the first type is adjunct islands. An adjunct island is a type of island formed from adjunct clause. So, adjunct clauses include clauses introduced by if, because, if, when, as well as relative clauses. Here we have example. James is mad because Max dated Miley. So the adjunct island is begin with because Max dated Miley. If we replace Miley by WH word who, it will be James is mad because Max dated who. So, if we want to pull out who outside of the adjunct island and make a question, so the question is, who is James mad because Max dated? So this ungrammatical, make no sense. So the result is we cannot move a WH word from a position inside an island to outside the island. So no movement from adjunct island. This is the first type. Another type is coordinate structure island. Coordination, extraction out of conjunct of coordinate structure is possible only if this extraction affected all the conjuncts. The coordinate of the coordinate structure equally. For example, Sam ate beans and broccoli. If I want to ask, what did Sam eat? Beans and? So we don't have anything here. So the effects, not all the conjuncts. So the extraction fails because it affects just on one conjunct, only one beans. So the extraction fails. Another type, complex noun phrase island. Extraction is difficult from out of a noun phrase. The relevant constraint is known as the complex noun constraint, and comes in two varieties. The first one, banning, that means prevention, from the clausal complement of a noun. For example, you hear the claim that Max solved the second problem. So, if I want to make questions, what did you hear the claim that Max solved? And the attempt to extract out of a complex noun phrase fails. The second, banning extraction from a relevant clause, modifying a noun. For example, we have example, they hired someone who speaks a Balkan language. So, what Balkan language did they hire someone who speaks? This is ungrammatical, so attempt to extract out of a complex noun phrase fails. Okay, the fourth types is WH Island. WH Islands, extraction island by an embedded sentence which is introduced by a WH word, as in, we have example, I wondered who saw Miley. We cannot ask about something inside embedded questions here, such as replace Miley with a WH word and use an interrogative complementizer. The result is, what did I wondered who saw? This is also ungrammatical. So the movement, so there is no movement outside of WH Island. The fifth types, DP Island. That's DP means the determiner phrase. A DP is only an island if the DP is definite. Definite DPs are those that have the or have something genitive, such as my book, the book, my destruction of hard drive. If we have a DP that is complex enough to contain something you can question, we cannot anyway if it definites. So, for example, Joan's gift of granola to Mary caused great offense. We cannot ask about the granola part. If we ask, it will be, what did John's gift of to Mary cause great offense? So this is ungrammatical. The last type is subject islands. Movement is not possible out of subject. For example, that John went home is likely the subject that John went home is went home. If we want to ask about John, so that will be, who is that? Went home likely. So this is ungrammatical. So WH extraction of a subject clause fails. That is all about our lecture, Syntactic Island. Thank you for watching.